Canada is among those nations that care for every individual of its country or who's in their country, even though the people there are so frank and helpful and do not tease or scare you in any way. But in recent times, some of the discoveries are made there that shock the world and create great hype around the country and their activities. In today's video, we will look at some of these findings in Canada that shock the world. Watch it till the end so you won't miss a thing. In the very north of the earth, we will start with this unreal discovery, an ancient dragon. What is certainly one of the world's coolest finds, a mining operation in Canada unearthed this remarkable fossil, a completely preserved dinosaur and the best preserved armored dinosaur fossil ever created. The fossilized dragon resembles a statue rather than a fossil, and its skin and armor were mostly intact. Over 7,000 hours were spent excavating and cleaning this magnificent beast, which stunned and amazed the entire world. This armored dinosaur lived 112 million years ago, making it one of the most bizarre archaeological findings our modern culture ever have come across. Researchers just can't understand how dragon-like this fossil is, but we can suppose that the Great White North is where dragons rest. When it was alive, this ancient monster was around 18 feet long and weighed more than 3,000 pounds. But despite its frightening size and armored exterior, it was a vegetarian with fossilized remains of its last meal still in its stomach. Moving ahead towards a more weird yet scary discovered place, tunnels under the asylum. You'll always come across a frightening building no matter where you go, and those spooky buildings are frequently the center of various types of rumors and backstories. Most of them aren't genuine, but they keep people engaged, and sometimes some places have a tragic history that, no matter how hard you try to avoid it, seems to last forever. This is the case for a sanatorium in Canada. When you look at it, it appears like something out of a Stephen King film. Yet the sanatorium is no longer in operation. It simply sits there looking sinister. According to data from the Kamloops Museum and Archives, the facility was founded in 1907 for tuberculosis patients. It operated until 1958 when it was turned into a mental health service branch sponsored by the government. At this point, and then in 1983, it closed down and began to take on the appearance that it has today. Of course, when a structure is unoccupied, it tends to fall by the wayside, but it doesn't make it any less scary. People who have been around the structure have expressed feelings of penetrating eeriness, and the fact that numerous buildings on site have tunnels connecting them doesn't help. Some of them have even reported hearing a mother crying for her child. But don't worry, it sounds like it's coming from the 8th floor high up, giving you plenty of time to flee if you hear it yourself. Well, keeping all the jokes aside, let's kick off towards the ghost train in St. Louis. That's correct. A ghost train in St. Louis and Saskatchewan will explain. They also refer to it as the St. Louis Light. It's an unusual event that occurs on a bend when the train tracks have long since been dismantled. There have been accounts of this light blazing through the darkness along the abandoned bend, leaving many who have witnessed it perplexed. It's only been alleged to have lasted a few seconds or an hour, but it's still a bizarre sight to see. So instead, individuals are claiming to see small lights around the general region, or lights followed by a second red light, with rumors that a weird reaction from wildlife follows the red light. There was a report that the light could be shot for video, but this was quickly disproven. So what is creating this odd light? Many individuals have come up with their legends. Some claim it's a worker with a lamp seeking its head. But the fact is that no one actually knows, and it's still unknown what it is. Now, move a lot and pass with the very first wrigglings of life. Crazy fossils that overturn everything we thought we knew are nothing new in Canada, and this fossil discovery indicated we may have been completely mistaken about the origins of life on Earth. Ancient rocks with weird tube-like microstructures running along them were discovered in northwestern Canada. These were discovered to be the fossilized remains of prehistoric sponges, showing that they were the first forms of life on Earth. These sea sponges are 890 million years old, making them the oldest known animal fossils ever unearthed. This remarkable discovery alters our entire evolutionary history and provides scientists with an incredible glimpse onto the past. This remarkable discovery alters our entire evolutionary history and provides scientists with an incredible insight into the history of life on Earth. What makes these sea sponges even more remarkable is that they lived 90 million years before the Earth had enough oxygen to sustain life, answering as many questions as these sponges do. They increase the stakes even higher by demonstrating that we still know very little about our planet's history. Here it comes, the discovery of Money Hole in Oak Island. It's been a mystery for centuries. There are a few occasions in life when a mystery sounds like it could be from fiction, but this is the case with the Oak Island Money Hole. It has been labeled the final big enigma discovered off the coast of Nova Scotia on Canada's Atlantic coast. The island is one of 360 that surround Mahon Bay. At first look, the 140-acre spot appears to be like any other place. You have your grass and your sand, and there isn't much to see. But in truth, this place has a lot of history and even a little bit of tragedy into it. It all began in the summer of 1795 when a youngster and his companion discovered an incredible discovery. They came to a dirt depression and went to investigate. They discovered a layer of rotting wood timbers. The timber recovered the width of the hole, and together they formed a wooden platform. The boy and his friends moved the wood out of the way and began tunneling down approximately 20 feet. They came across another level of wood timbers which they also moved out of the way. Whatever obstacle was in their way, they moved it. It took weeks to discover what was in its hole, and the boys had to bring pickaxes and shovels back with them. Unfortunately for them, they never discovered a treasure, and no one has discovered it since. Although there appeared to be many clues that there is something on the island, the effort continues. There have been countless books and owners on the island to try and uncover whatever the initial hole had been hiding. Will anyone ever find a treasure? Doesn't seem likely, but you'll never know. Coming towards our last creature discovery, the catch of a lifetime. This Canadian fisherman had an incredible day when he snagged the catch of a lifetime, which immediately became visible as a 10.5-meter behemoth of a fish. This sturgeon is a living dinosaur that has been on the globe for many millions of years. It is estimated that the massive fish weighs between 500 and 600 pounds, but because it's untagged, this may be the first time in the fish's whole life that it's been captured by humans. In more ways than one, this was the catch of a century, and this massive century-old beast has been around longer than most humans today. It's evident that all the ancient creatures seek refuge in the Canadian wilderness, and the clip this lucky fisherman recorded was instantly shared and racked up millions of views. Canada has always been a country to visit on your vacations, but nowadays people also have to deal with such bizarre objects. However, this concluded all things and creatures that are found in Canada that shock the entire world. Anyway, this brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more such knowledgeable videos, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press that bell icon to never miss an update from us.